Right everyone, welcome back to the plot. Change of pace today. Rather than weeding, tidying, painting, complaining about the state of things, I'm putting stuff in the ground to grow, which is one of my favourite things to do when I'm not making things look tidier. I ran into some technical difficulties making this video, and I've got quite a way through it and realised I hadn't connected my audio mic properly. So I'm already part way through my prep, but what I've got here is a bed that previously was used to grow onions, same as the bed opposite it on the other side of the allotment plot. And then we had an infestation of allium leaf miner, which meant I had to basically ditch the whole crop. 200 onions, give or take, mixture of red and whites. And onions are my favourite things to grow. The problem with allium leaf miner is it has a life cycle between larval and adult stage that lasts about 2 years. So you need to give it 2 years with not growing any alliums. That's things like leeks, onions, shallots, probably garlic as well actually, in order to try and let them die off in the soil. With this bed, I've already just enriched it with some new compost, which has come out of my own compost bin. I've added some horticultural sand into the mix as well, because apparently beetroot like nice light sandy soil. I suppose it makes it easier for the roots to grow out rather than being trapped in a sort of a more clay type substrate. I've just used my trusty plank to mark some rows in the soil, and now I'm going to start putting some beetroot plants in. They've been soaking in my wheelbarrow to give them a nice bit of drink. I've also got a couple of climbing plants to put in and a couple of herbs to put in, and really it's because I'm cheating and using plug plants a bit here, because time's got away from me. It's the nature of family life, full-time job, all the rest of it, sort of chipping away at the available hours you've got. But also, there's so much of this empty bed space since I did my weeding yesterday and brought the burner up and gave everything a real good tidy. I've got that much vacant bed space. I just want to get something in there growing, start making proper use of the ground. So yeah, let's get cracking. These are my beetroot plants here. So with these, we say, yep, water plants well before planting out. Yep, done that. 10 centimetres apart in rows, 30 centimetres. Well, I don't have a 10 centimetre marker, so what I'm going to do is randomly dip the ground out at 10 centimetre intervals. Well, what I think are 10 centimetre intervals. Let's see what we can do to start separating these out without trashing the roots on them too much. Ooh. There we go. Right. Should really have brought a seed tray or something to work in. Oh, look at that, they're coming out relatively well there, aren't they? So I guess, again, making it up as we go. Separate these little beauties out, pop them in, give them a bit of a firm down, and keep going. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's a nice healthy looking one there. 3. These coming in plugs like this, with multiples in, the roots are really intertwined. Trying to do as little damage as I can when I'm pulling them out. Easier said than done. So as you can see, what I had done was do a row here and a row here, but I've got this dead space here, and I reckon I'll max out my my planting. I'll go one there, one there, one there, and one there. That's another 4 plants I'll get in. Now it looks like, hello, try and tease those apart. It looks like, based on how many plants I've got in already and how many I've got left, I'm going to have plenty of beetroot to plant out. So I'll probably be doing another bed of these later as well. fiddly little one there, we'll leave him out. Yeah, that's all just slop. Yeah, the little diddy ones we'll just put to one side for the time being. Move on to another plug. Right. I think what I'm going to do now, before I start on this one, pop you there. We'll set this up so you guys can sit and watch as the action unfolds, and I'll get on with this a bit quicker. So there we go, first bed done. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that I went slightly out of my rose system at the end there, but we'll see if they take or not. And equally that I was watering without an actual functioning rose on my watering can. Watering can has stayed up here for like the last 2 or 3 winters. And the other day when I took the rose off the watering can to try and unclog it, it just shattered on me. So I don't have a functioning rose, I need to replace that. And I forgot to get one when I was at the garden centre earlier today. So what I did was to try watering carefully around the beetroots in a bid to just kind of get the soil soaked around them, and it's worked pretty well. They all look like they've been watered in, even though they haven't actually been directly watered in. So that's the first bed done. I've got a third of my plants left, and I've got plenty of other bed space to use. So I'm going to move on to a different bed now and plant some more beetroot. Then I'll be moving on to the climbing plants and my herbs. Let's get cracking. So this is my approach to bed prep. I've got a bit of homegrown compost up here. Underneath that I've got a layer of horticultural sand, a few bits of wood in the compost still. And simply all I do is take my favourite tool, my hand hoe, which I use for so many jobs in the allotment, and just give it all a good spread out and rake through like this. And take the plastic clips out, we don't need to be putting them into the ground. Give it all a good spread out. I'll give it a bit of a rake into the what's already in the bed. And in theory, I've just enriched the soil and made it a better place to grow beetroot. Right. Now, probably not going to bother videoing planting more beetroot because I'm going to figure you've seen enough of that. So we'll come back to this in a little while when it's all planted up. Right, so I've got my beetroot in 2 different spots in the plot now with these little plug plants. Fingers crossed they'll take okay. We'll see how they go in the next few days. Previously you will have heard me say the point of this trellis that I've put up is to get stuff climbing, and my squashes this year not doing it. Bit late to get more squash going, and I can't find any plug plants locally that are climbing squashes like cheeky curries or trompechinos or anything like that. So what I've got instead is some climbing flowers. This is a Thunbergia rose, a black-eyed Susan it's called, and apparently it's going to have these little pink flowers. It's already been started off on this tripod of sticks. So what I'm going to do is, having given it a good soak already, I have a trowel. This is going to be about the simplest planting you can possibly do. Drag a hole. Drop it out carefully. Throw your plastic pot on your freshly planted beetroot seedlings. That's a genius move. And then we just stick the sticks in there to guide it towards. Tuck that one behind there. It's as simple as that, really. And cover it over. uncover my beetroots, and that is it. Simple as that. I'm going to water it in. I'm going to do the same for another one on the other side of the allotment. Give them a good watering in, and hopefully we'll see in a little while. What are we up now? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just on 5 horizontal bars up. In a little while, hopefully we'll see significant growth on that. We'll come back and look at that another time. On to the next one. So, technical gremlins struck again when I was finishing my video after doing all the beetroot. You can tell it's a different day now. It's grimmer and greyer. And I've popped up just quickly to have a look at the plot on my lunch break. I'm lucky enough to live pretty close to the allotment, so it's a very, very short walk for me to get here. I'll show you around and show you what I've got done. This will have to make up for the segment that I lost due to the audio failing, and I know I had everything connected properly. It's just that GoPro is not behaving itself. Anyway, let's have a look at where we are now. Got a bed of beetroot in there. It's Tuesday. I put these in on Sunday. There's a few like this one here that are looking rather on the flaccid side. I'm not sure they're going to recover, but there should be a decent amount of plants succeeding in there by the looks of it. Oh, and there's one of my Thunbergia climbing plants. It's not fallen over yet, so that might be doing okay. Basil and fennel went in there, and then I planted a load more beetroot seedlings in here, and again mixed bags. Some of them are looking rather limp, and I don't know, we'll see. As long as I get enough beetroot out for a couple of batches of borscht, I'll be happy. And then of course over here I've got the 2 different varieties of beetroot seeds that I've got in here. Nothing's germinated under those yet, but again, more growing. The only advantage to me having to come up today to check things over is it gives me another look at where I put the burner over the horsetail, and you can see it has actually been quite effective. Okay. All this stuff here is just blending back in with the background. All the green, any sort of luster has gone out of it. See, I need to go back over again. You can really see the difference between, say, the stuff that copped it in the burner and the stuff that somehow must have missed. So I reckon another few passes with the burner and we'll have that squared away and looking a little bit less loused out with. I keep calling it horsetail. It's called mare's tail. I must remember to get that right. So yeah, there we go. And then last look at the poppies and the dahlias before I call it a day and go home. Thank you again for watching. Do really appreciate your time. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next time when I manage to get down here and get some more done. Stay safe and take care. Ta-da.